Hey, have you noticed how much people rely on social media to communicate these days?
Oh, absolutely. It's like everyone's first instinct is to grab their phone and check social media. It's crazy how quickly it's taken over our lives.
Social media has become an integral part of our daily routines, shaping how we connect and communicate.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. On one hand, it's super convenient. You can connect with people from all over the world instantly.
That's true. I have friends I probably wouldn't talk to if it weren't for Facebook or Instagram.
The convenience and global connectivity offered by social media are undeniable, bridging distances and fostering relationships.
But don't you think it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes? The constant notifications, updates, it's hard to unplug.
The constant stream of information can be overwhelming, making it difficult to find a moment of peace.
Have you ever been out with friends and everyone's just on their phones? Plus, I've noticed that it's changed how we interact in real life. Totally, I feel like I'm always on.
Even when you're in the same room, they're still more focused on their phones. Oh, yes, that drives me nuts. It's like people forget how to have face-to-face conversations.
Exactly. I miss the days when hanging out meant actually talking, laughing, and not worrying about getting the perfect photo for social media.
Social media's impact on real-life interactions is profound, often overshadowing the joy of genuine human connection.
And don't even get me started on how people curate their lives online. It's like everyone's living these perfect lives, but in reality, it's so different.
Yeah, it creates a lot of pressure, especially for younger people. They see influencers with perfect lives and feel like they have to measure up, which can lead to anxiety and self-esteem issues.
I agree. It's definitely a double-edged sword. Social media helps us stay connected, but it can also make people feel isolated or inadequate.
Right, and it's not just about personal connections. Think about how businesses, brands, and even news are relying on social media to reach people now.
Oh, for sure. Companies can't ignore it. It's how they get customers. Even news breaks on Twitter faster than on TV nowadays. But I guess that's the modern world, right? Everything is instant.
Yeah, it's like we've got to find a balance. Social media isn't going anywhere, but maybe we need to learn how to use it in a healthier way.
Definitely. I think being mindful of how much time we spend on it is key. I've been trying to take breaks from social media to just focus on real life more.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll try a digital detox next weekend.
Let me know how that goes. It sounds refreshing. Here's another conversation on the topic of, I've been thinking about how hard it is to maintain a proper work-life balance these days. It feels like we're always on, with emails and messages coming in at all hours. Oh, I hear you. It's like no one really switches off anymore, especially with remote work. I sometimes find myself checking work emails late at night without even realizing it. Same here. And with smartphones, it's like work follows you everywhere. It's hard to draw that line between personal time and work time. You get this constant feeling that you need to be available 24/7. Exactly. I miss the days when work ended at 5 p.m. and you could just relax without feeling guilty about not responding to something. Right now it's like, if you're not responding quickly, people think you're slacking off. But honestly, I think it's unhealthy. We need time to recharge or we'll just burn out. I totally agree. But it's tough when the company culture encourages this kind of constant availability. My boss always sends emails late in the evening, so it makes me feel like I have to respond right away. That's the worst. I think it's on employers too to set the right example. Like, just because someone sends an email at 9 p.m. doesn't mean everyone else should feel obligated to respond at that moment. Exactly. I've started to set some boundaries though. I don't check work emails after 7 p.m. anymore. It's helped a bit, but sometimes I still get anxious thinking about all the unread messages piling up. Good for you. I've been trying to do that too, but it's hard. It's like we're conditioned to stay connected. but I found that taking breaks, going for a walk, or just reading a book in the evening really helps me unwind. That sounds nice. I've been trying to fit in some exercise after work, and I find it helps clear my head. It's like a reset button after a long day. Yeah, exercise is great for that. I think we just have to remind ourselves that it's okay to take time for ourselves, even if work feels demanding. At the end of the day, our mental health is just as important. You're so right. I've seen too many people burn out because they don't take care of themselves. It's like we're all chasing productivity, but at what cost? Exactly. We need to remember that it's about quality, not just quantity. If we're constantly exhausted, we're not going to be productive anyway. Yeah, I guess finding that balance is key. It's tough in today's world, but I think it's worth the effort. For sure. Here's to setting better boundaries and taking more time for ourselves. This conversation explores the challenges of work-life balance, especially in today's hyper-connected world where remote work and technology make it difficult to disconnect from work. It's a common issue many people face today.